Julia, this is why I told you a discussion that we had.
I didn't think anybody had been in here.
We just need to get a camera and just
It's not
mount
the
it.
camera, it's the stuff that keeps getting hit.
He wants you to have a camera so you can catch who's doing it.
Perfect spot right there, mounted on the pillar facing this way. Be good to go.
Put it at the bottom. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought the power got disconnected at the bottom last time.
It's all plugged in here. Did you say that last time it was in the,
Yeah, it was in the, someone kicked the. Do, it's unable to detect the camera, so, okay, well, they can hear us, so we'll go ahead and get going here. All right, it is 5:32. We'll call this May 19th Board of Works meeting order. If you please rise and join me for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, for everyone watching on Zoom and YouTube, we are unable to attach the camera due to a network error or something, but we'll continue to work on that. So, Miriam, you can still hear us, correct?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, very good. Okay. Clerk Treasurer Price is at a conference. Amanda Souders from the clerk's office will be filling in. Amanda, can you please call roll
Cameron Yates,
here?
Karina Maxwell's not
She
here.
will not be here.
Spencer Kingery.
present?
All right, very good. The May 5th meeting minutes have been presented for review. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right, and I will second. Is there any discussions, corrections, subtractions for the meeting minutes for May 5th? None?
No.
All right. All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries. Next item of business is the claims totaling $418,762.83. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion on the claims submitted?
I do not have any this time.
All right, very good. All in favor of approving the claims submitted on May 19th for $418,762.83, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries. All right, next item of business is going to be Indiana.
The other business real quick. Or you gotta do new business. I'm just going by.
We're just going right off the, we're gonna do Madison Kaufman with the Indiana Bacon Festival. And then I'll do Dave, because I think you gotta get the floor, right? Okay.
I don't have anything else to.
Oh, I thought you said, yeah, okay, well, go ahead.
Some papers today. I don't know if you guys got them.
Yep, please.
Yep,
Okay.
so all the, so basically I, appreciate like all the closures and letting us have the Bacon Festival, so. The festival this year is August 23rd. And we would like to close the streets that we've always done, which would be, Main Street, Washington, Franklin, and Market Street. So I highlighted it on a big overview, like this one, it's highlighted the streets that we typically use. And then I had a additional request. So for Franklin Street, from Washington to Franklin towards Union, we usually close it halfway. So across from the Regions parking lot, so that's where it's usually stopped, and I didn't know, we were asking if we could expand it all the way to Union possibly. So it would close Friday at 5 o'clock. And then that would just give us a little bit more footprint, to use. Originally, we thought it was gonna be an alleyway, but when we talked with security and safety, they didn't see a problem with that, so we wanted to ask your guys's. There aren't any business, the only business it might affect is Massengills, but they also have Union Street access. And then the other businesses that were on Franklin that would affect, there are none besides our new location, which will be starting the beginning of next month. So, didn't know if that might.
Would that leave Regions Bank, the ATM, would it still do like a circle then back out, or how would they?
We were, to see if they would still be in the parking lot, so then they could do a U-turn, like go around and go out onto Monroe Street. That
Okay,
should work.
okay.
So they would still have access to that ATM. So, we just didn't know if we could have a little bit of bigger footprint, might change the layout of where we can have things, or we would expand the beer garden, because that does get very congested in there, so we would be able to expand that a little bit as well. We don't know if we would use all of the street, but if we could get permission for all of it, then we would know what we would need.
I can't remember last year where the, because they almost went up to the alley. Was the alley closed off right there? Last
No.
year, it was
It was
not,
right
so we're
before
gonna
the
have
alley.
to, we'd have to close that off then, right?
Yeah, and we were thinking of routes that way because there are apartments, but they would be able to have access to Union. And if we didn't go all the way down, say we went to where the old Morrow's building used to be,
Yeah.
there is still a little bit of an alleyway behind the law
Yeah.
offices, so people could get out that way. And then there would be a little bit additional parking for Massengills right there too.
Just
Um,
making sure the gate didn't go past the alleyway, then you'd have to shut the alleyway down, so that way you wouldn't have entrance come in from the alley into,
So we
Good
thought
close.
about maybe putting porta potties in the alley, in that part, but that would mainly affect our back area. Cause since we'll be renting the, 110 East Franklin location. Franklin Street location, so our back access. So it would be a little portion of that alley, but it wouldn't go all the way down.
Yeah, because if you don't block it, then
people are just gonna walk.
people are just gonna walk right in.
Yeah, we usually, we would. Yeah, we would block, sorry, yes, we would block it, but we would, kind of how we do with all the other alleys when we put porta pots in there, so it is kind of blocking, and then we typically have a gate. Right, a panel, I think that,
Blocks the
since
rest.
it is.
Down the alley to where they can't, yeah, so, okay.
It would be like that. And then additionally, on the same page, I have circled in your left-hand corner. So we have had a couple of requests from some of the barbecue cook-off contestants about where can they park with their trailers and everything. And we didn't know if it would be possible in that circled area. It is owned by the city. And when Old Settlers is here, the carnival people usually park there. We didn't know if that could be additional parking for our cook-off contestants. Just thought I would ask. If not, that's fine as well. We've managed without it, but fine.
What did we do? You remember what we did last year with that? Wasn't that parking for some people last year?
I don't know where they all went to last year. I know they stayed when they unloaded, and that kind of brought some,
They all
'Cause-
started to get Chapel Gallery, and Chapel Gallery was open, and then they all had to move, and.
yeah, and some of them are out on 421 and taking up multiple spots. So I think this is a good spot for them to be out of the way and.
Possibly where the old sheriff's department was, in that gravel, that people might be able to park there. So,
that'd be nice.
so we would have two locations, designated locations. If we ran out of space, then we would tell them, gotta find where else, but, we just didn't know, because that spot, and since it has been used with the, carnival people for Old Settlers before, we just thought we would have it.
Is the cook-off on Market again?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So one thing about the parking spots on our property is
Mhm.
a portion of that is the city's.
Mhm.
Part of it is within the railroad right away. So they are very particular about their property.
Okay.
So we found that out a few times of. They don't want, Old Settlers, when they're starting backing their equipment in real close and all that, they let us know pretty quick.
So it'd be
So-
possible to maybe rope it off as far as they can go. I don't,
We don't, I mean, I don't know where the railroad right away is,
Okay.
but other than I would just say, keep them on the grassy area.
Yeah.
But if it's muddy and rainy, I would say Aaron's probably gonna say no,
okay,
but I mean, to me, it's a good spot for them to not utilize a bunch of parking spots and they're kind of out of the way and it's close to right where they're probably gonna come back through for
yeah.
picking their stuff up, but I don't know how many we could fit there, but
Yeah, because we don't plan on having the mechanical bull this year, which that was in the close to the intersection of Market and Franklin. So if that's the case, it might be like a whole pass through that if they park there, they can go all the way through. And like, we would move the gate for them to go. through.
yeah,
So
I
it would
think
be
that's
easier
a
for
quick
everyone.
access for them, quick in and quick out.
Yeah.
but-
And I can get with Aaron as well.
Okay. Do you wanna hold off on the city property until she talks to Aaron or just go ahead and okay it? And if he has any, we'll just, yeah, if
We
he
can
has
just-
any concerns, we'll address it
Yeah,
after. but-
I don't have an issue with it. Just if Aaron says not happening, it's not happening.
That's.
Cause that's
So
brand
I
new
don't-
sidewalk right there, so we'll make sure we keep
I don't
it
want it
free.
damaged. So,
Right.
all right,
All right, any further discussion for Madison?
make a motion that we approve the road closure request as previous years, as well as the expansion request on Franklin Street from Washington to Union. And also the utilization of the city property over by the railroad tracks from Market and Monroe area. With the contingency that is approved by the street department.
All right,
You get that, Amanda?
Sure.
okay,
Verbatim.
and I will second that motion. All in favor of approving the motion mentioned by Board of Works member Spencer Kingery, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Can you reach out to Mass and Gills at some point, just the thing is I think we used the parish house for certain things, so I don't know how crowded that's gonna be. So Union Street, there is parking for Union Street, but there's also probably gonna be a very crowded Union Street for the other events that take place there. So just as a courtesy thing, just to make sure that there's nothing that's gonna affect their businesses, right? We want to make everybody happy with the festival and still accommodate the ones that are gonna try to work their schedules through it. So, okay. Okay, thank you,
Thank you,
Madison.
Madison.
All right. Did you want to move to Dave or
Yeah.
to Tim?
Let's go with. I don't care. Tim, you wanna go first?
Tim's is the simplest one we got, so
All right, so.
Need a dumpster,
Okay,
corner of Union and Franklin, the ideal place for the dumpster would be on Union. In front of the property. We'd say 20-yard roll off. And it stays, we probably. We have delivery for 21st and out 28th. Trash cans is the vendor. We gotta dump a lot of stuff. And tenant was a hoarder, and so we gotta put stuff forever away. We'll sell the building, so. Sweet on that to happen.
I sent this to Street Superintendent Lyons and he didn't see any issues with it as long as we stay out of the crosswalk where it's marked yellow and you noted that on your drawing, so
Yeah.
he had no issues with it and I didn't see any issues with it. Okay,
You can't
anything,
tell from outside how messy it is inside. Stats.
but this is a good spot for you to, a short distance to unload, right?
Yeah,
So,
right out the door.
yeah,
I got family members all coming, that bunch of them for a couple days to get that done.
okay.
sweet, all right. I'll make a motion that we approve the dumpster request for, what was the date, sir?
21st to the
28th.
The 21st and 28th of this month.
Yep.
This month of May.
Yep.
On 101 South Union Street.
I told the hairdressers there that, their clients out there, because.
We're gonna be moving stuff left and right, yeah. All right, I will second that motion. Any further discussion or questions for Mr. Shoshine,
Nope.
Tim Shoshine?
Nope.
Okay, all in favor of approving the dumpster request for 101 South Union Street, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Sam.
Let's go ahead and knock this excavation permit real quick out and then we'll get Dave. Next item of business is gonna be the excavation permit submitted from NIPSCO for 208 North Robinson Street. Believe you had the drawings sent to you separate. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And I will second that. Any discussion on the excavation permit submitted by NIPSCO for 208 North Robinson Street?
No.
All right, very good. All in favor of approving the excavation permit for 208 North Robinson Street for NIPSCO, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries. Next item of business that was not on the agenda that was going to be added now is finalizing the CCMG documents. We have Dave Buck here from Butler Fairman. Dave, the floor is yours.
Yeah, at your last meeting, I think it was, what was the,
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. You awarded the reconstruction of Market Street to Reed Riley, which was, recommended most, lowest responsible bidder. So I have, reached out to them and issued them the notice of award that you approved. They've since reviewed the draft agreement for construction and submitted performance and payment bonds as well as an insurance certificate. We'll report to accept tonight, and then we can issue also the notice to proceed. If you approve that tonight, pre-construction meetings tomorrow. So we're all.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's basically just a bunch of signatures for the mayor, to sign the agreement and also the notice to proceed. So, and accept the bid form as well. So there's 3 things I need to sign. A couple different copies.
And this is all standard for every CCMG. It's
It's standard for pretty much any construction contract.
Yep.
You take bids on. They're standard forms and part of the bidding documents that now we're executing that will approve all along.
Yep.
Formatting.
You see no issues with anything that they can, with the drafts or anything?
No,
it's all NDOT paperwork that
it's not.
it's what's NDOT and Wraith and Riley and the agreements and
Standard engineering documents that we use as part of producing the bid documents for you. So,
the same thing that we've
All
approved.
done,
Yep,
yeah.
nothing changed with that part of it. So nothing's changed with the part of CCMG to date. So I'm not gonna say that too loud because it's subject to change at any time with the way things are changing, but if that does, we'll deal with it. But okay, so that's for your notice to proceed.
but I guess request a motion to approve the construction agreement. I accept the bonds, insurance, and issue the notice of receipt.
All right, make a motion that we approve what Dave just said and move forward with it.
All right. I will second. Any further discussion or comments from you, Dave? Okay. All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye, motion carries. Thank you, sir. I'll make sure I get those signed.
And the same exact thing then for preservation project.
Oh, yeah, we got 2.
Preservation
Yep.
Pavement solution. According to them, we also issued them the notice of award that you approved, and they submitted, signed on their part, a construction agreement, their bonds and insurance, and we need to approve their notice to proceed for them as well.
Yeah. Make a motion that we approve the notice to proceed with them for the pavement solutions.
All right, and I will second that. All in favor of approving the notice to proceed for pavement solutions for the second part of the CCMG 2025-1, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I am an aye. Motion carries. Very good, thank you.
I'll get your signature.
Okay. That is all the business items. So again, for those, we had camera issues this evening with our Zoom out, but the documents that we just discussed were the standard construction documents and notice to proceed and bonds for community crossings grant that which we were awarded and had a meeting last week with the governor over Monticello that presented the checks, and we are ready to kick this year's project off. So, all right, that is all for our business items. Amanda, anything? Any board comments?
Just want to thank the street department and the fire department as well as all the guys that worked on during the storm that we just had and caused a lot of trees out again. And
Yep.
power lines and fire. So glad no one was hurt and glad for the great cleanup and quick work.
Yep, we just get done with
Got
round two of cleaning up the trees for that, and then we get delivered another one, so. Julie, you have anything? No? Delphi Main Street go well?
Yeah, the first market went very well. There were 28 vendors.
Wow.
It was a
Okay.
nice day too.
Yeah, it's like, it's windy. Yeah.
Okay, any public comments? Here now, there's one last motion.
Motion adjourned.
I will second. All in favor signify by saying aye. And I'm an aye. The Board of Works. Oh, Miriam, do you have anything? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Your screen just popped back on.
Just was popping up to say bye.
Okay, very good. All right, have a good evening.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, you all too.
Bye-bye. All right, this means adjourned at 5:51. Thank you, everyone.